Ipal from Maniklal Mehta MPS welcomes you to online learning class of Brin Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Today we are going to learn a very interesting poem, Sleep My Treasure. Now, sleep means sona and treasure means khazana, but here treasure means something that is precious to the poet, that is her little child. So today we are going to learn a very easy and lovely lullaby. Now, do you know what is a lullaby? A lullaby is a song to make the baby sleep. Okay, if we take an example in Hindi lullaby is known as lori. Okay, if we take an example of lullaby in Hindi, यशोदा का नंदलाल ब्रिज का उजाला है. It is a beautiful lullaby, and in Marathi, no doubt you might have heard निमुन्नीच्या झाडामागे चंद्र झोपला ग बाई is a beautiful lullaby in Marathi. Now, tune and rhythm of the lullaby, it is very sweet and silent that makes the baby sleep. In the present poem, which we are going to learn now, the mother of the child is describing the nature. A child is very precious or valuable for her mother. So, she is calling her child as a treasure. So, today we are going to learn a very easy poem, that is Sleep My Treasure. First, I am going to recite the poem for you. Sleep, sleep, my treasure. The long day's pleasure has tired the birds to their nest. They creep. The garden still is alight with lilies, but all the daisies are fast asleep. Sleep, sleep, my darling. Dawn wakes the starling. The sparrow stirs when he sees daybreak, but all the meadow is wrapped in shadow, and you must sleep till the daisies wake. Okay, now we are going to see the meaning of this beautiful lullaby stanza wise. So, first stanza: Sleep, sleep, my treasure. The long day's pleasure has tired the birds to their nest. They creep. The garden still is alight with lilies, but all the daisies are fast asleep. Now, the child's mother is telling her precious little child to sleep. She says that bird enjoyed the whole day. A long day of happiness and pleasure has made the birds tired. The birds are so tired that they are moving slowly and quietly towards their nest. At evening, we all know that the birds they return to their nest. So at evening, they are returning to their nests. So the mother of the poem is saying that though the garden is still lit with the lilies, see this is lilies, okay, their petals are bloomed. Bloomed means full now, okay, and their petals they are looking so beautiful and bright, okay. Lilies are still awakened, means they have not slept yet, but the daisies, see children, this is daisies, but all the daisies they are fast asleep. Daisies they have gone to sleep, but the lilies they are still awakened. So in the first stanza, the time which is described is twilight. Okay, now students, what do you mean by twilight? Twilight, it is the time after the sun has set and before it gets completely dark. So this is the meaning of the word twilight. So in the first stanza, the mother of the baby is describing the time, that is twilight. twilight. Once again, I'll repeat the meaning of the twilight for you. The time after the sun has set and before it gets completely dark. Okay, so now we will see the pairs of rhyming words from first stanza. The first pair is treasure, pleasure. Second pair is creep, asleep. Third pair is lilies. Okay. Okay, what are the meanings from the first stanza we will see? The first meaning is word is treasure. So what is the meaning of the treasure? Something that is precious to the poet, that is her little child. Okay. Second, pleasure means happy, cheerful. Third, creep means to move slowly and quickly. We have seen that the birds, they were creeping towards their nest. So creeping means to move slowly and quietly towards their nest. Next one is alight with means lit up with. Okay. And last word is twilight. The meaning of the word twilight is the time after the sun has set and before it gets completely dark. Now we will see the meaning of the second stanza. Sleep, sleep, my darling. Dawn wakes the starling. The sparrow stirs when he sees daybreak, but all the meadow is wrapped in shadow, and you must sleep till the daisies wake. Now, in the second stanza, the mother of the baby is saying that, see, a child, it is the dearest for her mother. Okay, the mother, she loves her child very much, and no other person is as dear as a child for her mother. So in second stanza, she is calling her child as a darling. Now what do you mean by the word darling? A word that you say to someone you love, means a dearly loved person. Okay, and she is asking her baby to sleep. Okay, she says that the though the dawn, this is dawn. Okay, this is the peak of dawn. Now what do you mean by dawn? It is first light of the day. Okay, in morning when you receive the first light of the day, it is known as the dawn. So she is saying that though the dawn, it has wakened the starling. Now who is starling? See, starling, it is a bird, and starling is one of the very noisiest bird. Huh? This starling, it is a common bird with dark shiny feather and a loud coil. It makes the loudest noise. So the mother is saying that though the dawn, it has wakened the starling, when starling has wakened, but the sparrow, see, this is sparrow. The sparrow moves slightly when he realizes it is morning. Okay, मीन्स ये धीरे धीरे उठ रहा है जब उसको पता चल रहा है कि सुबह हो गई है. So the sparrow, it is moving slightly, it stirs. Now what stirs means move slightly when he realizes it is morning. But all the meadow. Now, what do you mean by meadow? Meadow means grassland. Okay, but all the meadow, it is still covered with shadow. You can see in the picture, it is still covered with shadow. Means abhi bhi andhera hai. Okay, means the grassland, that is meadow, still has not waken up. Okay, so the poet tells the baby to sleep till the daisies. See, this is the peak of daisies. So the poet is telling the baby to sleep till the daisies wake up. Now, students, in the second stanza, the time described is dawn. Now, what is the meaning of the dawn? Dawn means first light of the day. Okay, in first stanza of the poem, the poet has described the time twilight, and in the second stanza, the time described is dawn. Okay, now we will see the rhyming words from second stanza. The first pair of rhyming word is darling, starling. Second one is meadow, shadow. Third one is break, wake. Okay, and now we will see the meanings of the second stanza. First one is darling, means a dearly loved person. Second one, starling, a common bird with dark, shiny feathers and a loud call. Third one, stirs, means moves slightly. Fourth, daybreak, the time in the early morning when light first appears. Okay, and meadow, it means grassland. Wrapped means covered. Okay, the grassland was covered with shadow. Okay, now I want one of the student to recite the poem for me. So one of the student has to unmute the mic and recite the poem. Anyone? Hello? Hello?
Sleep, sleep, my treasure, the long day's pleasure has tired the birds to their nest they creep. The
Very good.
garden still is a light will lilies, but all the daisies are the fast as sleep.
Very good. Next, anyone
Sleep,
else?
sleep,
Okay, okay.
sleep, my darling, down wakes the starling, the sparrow sleeps when he sees daybreak, but all the meadow is warped in shadow, and you must sleep till the daisies
Da-
wake.
Daisies wake. Very good. Excellent.
Daisies wake.
Very good. Excellent. Okay, now I'm going to ask you all some questions. You have to choose the correct options. Okay. Your first question is name the poet of the poem. Okay. Okay. The first one is Phoebe Cary. Second one is William Shakespeare. Third one is E. Naismith. And fourth one is Anonymous.
Nesbit.
Okay, very good. Right answer. So the poet of the poem Sleep My Treasure is E. Naismith. Right option is third one. That is E. Naismith. Okay. My second question is who is the speaker in the poem? Your first option is baby's father. Second one, baby's mother. Third one, baby's brother. Fourth one, baby's sister. Who is the speaker in the poem? Who is the speaker in this poem? Who is speaking the poem? Your options are baby's father.
Baby's mother.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Right answer. Baby's mother. Baby's mother is the speaker in the poem. Okay. The whole poem, it is described by the mother of the baby. Okay. Your next question is to whom is the poem addressed? And your options are first one, the animals, second one, the baby, third one, the mother, fourth one, the pets. What will be the right answer? To whom is the to whom is the poem addressed? Is it the animals, the baby, the mother, the pets? Anyone? Anyone addressed the
The
mother of
baby.
yes, the baby, the mother of the the mother is saying that lullaby for her baby. So the poem is addressed to the baby. Very good. Next question. What time is being described in the first stanza? Okay, you have to tell me ki what time is being described in the first stanza. Your options are first morning, second twilight, third afternoon, fourth evening.
Evening.
What time is being described in the first stanza? In the first stanza, the baby the mother of the baby has described what time? Was it morning? Was it twilight? Or was it afternoon? Or was it evening? In the first stanza. Anyone else? What time is described in the first stanza? Yes?
Twilight.
Yes, right answer. It's twilight. Okay. What is the meaning of twilight? I have told you all. The time after the sun has set and before it gets completely dark. So, in the first stanza, the time described is twilight. Very good. Next question. What time is being described in the second stanza? Okay. And your options are morning, day, dawn, or night? Yes, what will be the right answer?
Dawn.
Very good. Dawn. Okay. And what is the
Dawn,
meaning?
teacher.
Yes, right. Dawn. And what is the meaning of the dawn? It is the first light of the day. When we receive the first light of the day, it is known as dawn. So, in the second stanza, the time described is dawns. So, your right option is third. Very good. Now, we are going to see the grammar part of this poem, that is word webs. Okay. Now, what are word webs? These word webs, it is a great way to expand our vocabulary. We come to know more words. Okay. Now, see, suppose this is a word school. So you have to find out all the related words or all the connected words which are connected to school. You have to find out the words which are connected to school. Now, for example, see teacher, okay, connected to school, chair, then classroom, pupils, board, lesson, okay, desk, playground, eatery. So these all things we find in the school. So you have to see that the word in word web, one word will be given to you and you have to find out the words which are connected or related or associated with it, and you can find as many words as you can. Okay. Next example, we will see school bag. Now, in your school bag, okay, what is there? See, ruler, okay, glue, exercise book, then rubber, scissors, pencil, pencil case, pen. Okay, these all things we find in your school bag. So these all words are associated with school bag. We will see next example, garden. Okay, next word is garden. Now we will see which words are associated with the word garden. See, vegetables. Okay, we find vegetables in garden, right? We find flowers in garden, then we find grass in garden, then bushes is there in garden, then trees is there in garden. See, so all these words are associated with garden. Okay. Next example, we will see beach. Okay. Now we have to find all the words which are associated with beach. Now at beach, swim. We can swim there. Okay. Sand. Sand is there at beach. Hot. At beach we feel hot. Okay. Then sun. Okay. Sun is also there at beach. Then crab. We find crabs at beach. Fun. Okay, we have fun at beach. Okay, we enjoy a lot at beach. Then shells, we also find shells at beach. So in this way you have to find the words associated with beach. Okay, next example we will see is of farm. Okay, farm. Now you have to find the words which are associated with farm. Now at farm, see, tractor is there. Okay, we can also find horse. Okay, then corn, we can see the corn crop in the farm. Then hen, we can also find hen at farm. Then animals like cow is there at farm, pig is there, sheep is there, goat is there, and of course farmer. Okay, a farmer is the person who does farming. So farmer. So all these words are associated with farm. We will see next example, garden. Okay, we have to find the word which is connected with garden. See, fruits, we can find fruits in garden. Next, trees, we can see trees in garden. Next, birds, we can see birds in garden. Next, bees. Okay, then flowers and insects, we also see insects in garden. Okay, next example we will see is bird. Now you have to find the word which are associated with bird. Okay, eggs. Okay, bird lay eggs. Then trees. Okay, birds, they build their nest on trees, so trees is the word which is associated with bird. Then nests and feathers. Okay, birds have feathers, so these are the words which are related to bird. Okay, sleep. Now we have to find the words which are connected with sleep. Sleep means sona. See, dream, we see dreams in our sleep, right? Then bed, we sleep on bed, so sleep is connected with bed. Then rest. Okay, when we sleep, our body gets rest, so rest word is associated with sleep. Then night. Okay, mostly we sleep at night only. Okay, at day we sleep very less, for 1 hour or 2 hour only, but at night we get complete rest, we sleep for at least 8 to 9 hours. So dream, rest, night, and bed, these are the words which are associated with sleep or connected with sleep. So these are word webs. Now next example we will see day. Okay, bright. Okay, we say no, it is a bright day, so bright word is associated with day. Then school, mostly we go to school, okay, at day. Then play, we play at day. Then work, we work at day. Okay, so bright, school, play, and work, these words are associated with day. Next example, we will see meadow. Now, the meaning of meadow, I have said, it is grassland. So, we have to find out the words which are connected to grassland. Okay, that is meadow. Walk, we walk on grassland, we walk on meadow. Then grass, okay. In at meadow, we will find grass. Then pleasant, okay. The climate is very pleasant over there. Then green, the grass is green. Okay, so these are the words which are associated with meadow, that is grass, walk, green, and pleasant. Now, in your textbook on page number 82, students, there is an activity for y'all. In short, I will describe these activities for you. Later on, you can try it at home also. What may happen, okay? And the situations are given for y'all. Like, I may study, a bird may fly into the classroom, the principal may call me, it may rain, a dog may chase a cat, a king may lose his kingdom, my friend may give a storybook to read, mother may make idlis today. Okay, if you will find in every phrase there is a word given as may. Okay, so the these small sentences are given for y'all, small phrases are given for y'all. You have to at least try to say as many sentences as you can. Okay, this activity you can try at home. I'll give one or two example for y'all. Now suppose I may study, so how you will frame sentences on this, or how you will say at least 2 to 3 sentences on it. So you can say like, as I have to go out during the weekend, and then I may not have enough time to complete my studies. So I have decided to be hardworking and sincere so that I may excel in my studies and achieve satisfaction. So in this way, you can speak 2, 3 to 4 sentences. Okay, now one more example I may give you, that mother may make idlis today. Okay, now for this you can say like mother may make idlis today, as we are going to have all my cousins at home for dinner. My mom is a very good cook. She prepares very tasty chutney and sambar too. So she has bought the ingredients like coconut and coriander, etc. So I have a strong feeling that she may make idlis tonight. So you can also frame sentences using other phrases. Okay. Now one more activity is there in your textbook. What is not likely to happen or will never happen, means it will never happen. And the situations which are given for y'all is, it won't rain in the classroom, or I won't ever see a live dinosaur. The sun will never set in the east. Okay. Now suppose I'll give an example for this. It won't rain in the classroom. It won't rain in the classroom even though it is on the top floor, because we have a concrete ceiling over our heads. Okay, I have a strong temptation to go out of my classroom and get wet in the rain and dance and enjoy, because it is absolutely very clear that however hard we try, it will never rain in the classroom. Means rain can never enter in the classroom. So in this way, if any situation is given for y'all, you can frame sentences on that. Okay. Now, if I take next example, I won't ever see a live dinosaur. For this, you can say like, I won't ever see a dinosaur even if I dream of seeing it. This is a sad fact and a reality too, because the dinosaurs have been clearly wiped away from the surface of the earth, and not a single one is alive today. We all know that no dinosaur is there today, as they could not adapt themselves to the changing environment. So it is very sad to accept that I won't ever see a live dinosaur. Okay, so these activities you can try at home. And the last activity which is given in your book is, imagine you're watching a scene. For example, someone learning to ride a bicycle or a cricket match. You have to give a running commentary on what you see. Means whatever you're seeing, you have to give a running commentary on it. Okay. And the situation which is given in your book is, it has side wheels. Monu tries to push the pedal down. No, he stops. His uncle holds the seat in one hand and the handle in the other hand. He says, "Come on, Monu." So, etc. So you can try at home to make a commentary on this. So these are the three activities which are given in your textbook. That first one is what may happen. Second one is what is not likely to happen or will never happen. And the third one is you have to give a running commentary on what you see. Try these activities at home. Okay. Thank you very much for your cooperation. We will meet again in our next lecture of English. Thank you.